In the Salesforce ecosystem, integration is a vital aspect that often requires a robust understanding of both Salesforce's Apex language and JSON, short for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON is a universal data format used widely in web services and APIs, making it a crucial component for Salesforce integrations. Integrations in Salesforce typically involve communicating with external systems. This is where JSON comes into play. JSON acts as a bridge for data exchange, offering a format that's both human-readable and easily parsed by various programming languages. This video aims to guide you through the process of generating JSON data in Apex to facilitate seamless integrations. When working with JSON in Salesforce's Apex programming, you have two main options for generating JSON. Firstly, using the JSON-Generator class, and secondly, the JSON.serialize method. Each has its own advantages and use cases. Understanding the differences between these two can help you choose the right tool for your specific needs. The first method I want to explain is JSON.serialize. JSON.serialize is a method that quickly converts Apex objects into JSON strings. Here is a step-by-step guide on how to create a JSON in Apex using JSON.serialize. Step 1. Define your data structure. Apex is a strongly typed language, so the first step is defining the data structure you want to convert into JSON. This can be an instance of an S-object, a custom Apex class, or even a collection like a list or a map. Step 2. Create an instance and populate data. Once you've defined the structure, create an instance of it and populate it with data. Step 3. Use JSON.serialize method. Now, use the JSON.serialize method to convert the Apex object into a JSON string. This method works by taking the Apex object as an argument and returning its JSON representation as a string. Step 4. Handling complex data structures. Apex allows you to work with more complex data structures, such as lists and maps. The process is similar: create your data structure and use JSON.serialize. Here are some best practices and tips using JSON.serialize. For better readability and debugging, use JSON.serialize pretty. It generates a JSON string with line breaks and indentation. Rather than hard-coding JSON strings, always use JSON.serialize. It ensures proper format and escaping of special characters. Be cautious with the data you include in your JSON, especially when dealing with sensitive information. Always write test classes to ensure your JSON generation works as expected, especially after making changes to the data structures. The advantages of JSON.serialize are: the code is easier and quicker to write, leading to cleaner and more maintainable code. It automatically handles the serialization of Apex objects into JSON, including handling of data types and formatting. The method is faster and more efficient, particularly for straightforward serialization needs. The disadvantages are: JSON.serialize offers less control over the JSON output format compared to JSON-Generator. The method is not ideal for conditional inclusion of elements or for very specific formatting requirements. Taking the advantages and disadvantages into consideration, JSON.serialize is best suited for most general purposes where you need a quick and easy way to serialize Apex objects, and the exact format of JSON is not a critical concern. The second method I want to explain is JSON-Generator. JSON-Generator is a class provided by Salesforce that offers a more manual and flexible way of constructing JSON strings. Salesforce Apex provides a JSON-Generator class designed to build JSON content in a sequential manner. This class is particularly useful when you need more control over the format of your JSON output than what's provided by the standard JSON.serialize method. Here is a step-by-step guide to using the JSON-Generator. Step 1. Start by creating an instance of the JSON-Generator class. Step 2. Use methods like writeStartObject, writeFieldName, and writeEndObject to construct your JSON structure. Step 3. For complex structures involving nested objects or arrays, use write_start_array and write_end_array methods accordingly. Step 4. Once you've added all the elements, generate the JSON string using the getAsString method. Here are best practices and tips for the use of JSON-Generator. Prefer using JSON-Generator for complex JSON structures where JSON.serialize is insufficient or too rigid. JSON.serialize is more performance efficient compared to JSON-Generator. Use JSON-Generator only when necessary. Use pretty printing, JSON.createGenerator, true, for debugging and readability, but avoid it in production to reduce payload size. Implement robust error handling to catch and resolve any issues during JSON generation. Write comprehensive test classes to ensure the correctness of your JSON structures, particularly for complex integrations. The advantages of JSON-Generator are: the class offers fine-grained control over the JSON output, allowing you to create complex and nested JSON structures. You can conditionally include or exclude fields, which is useful in dynamic JSON structure generation. It allows for custom formatting and ordering of the JSON elements. The disadvantages are: the code tends to be more verbose and complex compared to JSON.serialize. Manual construction increases the risk of making syntax errors or formatting mistakes. Using JSON-Generator is generally slower than JSON.serialize, especially for large or complex JSON structures. Taking the advantages and disadvantages of JSON-Generator into consideration, the JSON-Generator is ideal for scenarios where you need specific control over the JSON format that cannot be easily achieved with JSON.serialize. It's useful when dealing with external systems that require a very specific JSON structure. So let's sum up the previous content of this video. Use JSON.serialize for most standard use cases where you need to quickly and easily convert Apex objects to JSON without specific formatting requirements. Opt for JSON-Generator when you have complex requirements that demand precise control over the JSON structure and format. In practice, JSON.serialize will cover the majority of your needs with less code and fewer chances for errors. However, for those complex scenarios where you need a very specific JSON format, JSON-Generator becomes invaluable. To draw a conclusion, mastering the JSON generation in Apex is a key skill for Salesforce developers, especially those involved in integrations. Whether you choose JSON.serialize or dive into the JSON-Generator class, understanding how to effectively generate JSON in Apex can significantly streamline your integration processes. As always, tailor your approach to fit the specific needs and complexities of your Salesforce integration projects.